So one of the things that I think is very much overlooked when it comes to gaming is gaming as a form of cultural export. And I say this a lot, for those of you that have heard this before, I do apologize, but one of the things that I think is very interesting as a medium, when you watch a movie, you're watching someone do something. When you read a book, you're reading about someone who has done something. But only when you're playing a game are you doing it in the first person.
Yeah.
So if you think about, the amount of people who learned Japanese culture, Chinese culture and history from playing games that are built in those eras of ancient Japan or ancient China, and the stories that you're able to tell through that. I remember the first time I visited China, I went to the museum of the history of the founding and the war museum, military museum, and they were describing to me the founding and the unification of China. And I said, oh yeah, it's General Cao Cao and Lu Bu. And all. They said, oh, did you study Chinese history? I said, no, I played Dynasty Warriors. I was Cao Cao in that battle. I led that battle in those formations.
Oh, fantastic.
But I knew that history because I firsthand led those armies into those battles.
Wow.
So the opportunity that we have now in the Middle East, because if you think about it, stories have been told for centuries. And yet the stories from the Middle East have never been told by us. Think about stories like Aladdin, Alibaba from our point of view. So we have the opportunity now to develop games in an industry where we can tell people our stories from our point of view and have people walk a mile in our shoes, which is something that we've never been able to do before.
Yeah.
And it's, I think, a huge opportunity for growth.
Yeah.